Now, we've talked lots on my channel about like AI slop content and content that is plaguing children's devices. For some reason, this content is really heavily pushed amongst the algorithm, and it doesn't really take two brain cells to rub together to know that it's bad. It's a bad idea. Children should not be spending the majority of their time on a tablet. They should go outside and touch grass. Trust me, it will do them some good. But I actually received an Instagram DM a little while ago, a couple of days ago now, about this weird Instagram account that has sort of been doing the rounds, and after looking into it, I am having a hard time working out if this is something truly sinister or if it's just something coincidental. So today we're going to have a look at what this user sent me, and we're going to have a look at these accounts, and yeah, it's left me feeling very uneasy, but more importantly, I want to know what you guys think of this. So without further ado, let's just get straight into the topic. So as we know, AI content is ridiculously prominent right now, whether it's on TikTok, YouTube Shorts, Instagram, it doesn't matter, it's everywhere, and it's being pushed like nothing's ever been pushed before. You know, it doesn't matter what kind of content it is, whether it's the baby faces in the fruit being fed stuff, or whether it's the AI videos of cats and the cat child always gets stuck in the oven or throws into the ceiling fan and dies. It doesn't matter what it is because it always seems to do well. But, you know, why is that? Well, first of all, AI slop content is ridiculously easy to make. All you need is a software and a half-assed prompt, and then voila, your slop has been created. Now, of course, reasons why they do well is mostly because of the algorithm, as children interact with lots of these cartoony videos and it ends up being pushed further because, you know, the algorithm thinks that they like it, so it shows them more content. And also, this content is usually labelled as being, quote, child-friendly. And children in particular are drawn to this content because it's bright, colourful, they have music, nursery rhymes, familiar characters in it that really gets children engrossed. And we all know that when children get hold of an iPad, all they do is just tap with their grubby little fingers. Whether they mean to interact with the video or not, it doesn't matter, because once they've seen one of them, that's it. The floodgates have essentially opened. So you can imagine how much worse it gets when the algorithm starts pushing this type of content. It gets really weird. Like, lots of it turns into fetish content with like scat and pee and poo and bondage and, you know, pain and torture, and it just gets really disturbing really quickly. Now, I actually believe that YouTube are putting in, I don't know if this is true, but I genuinely think YouTube are putting things in place to stop AI content from making money, which is great, because for a lot of people, the AI content is just an easy way to make a quick buck. So if people aren't going to be making money off it, then there's absolutely no reason for them to do it, because no one wants a little fan base based on content that they haven't really put any effort into. And what's the point in having a fan base if you're not even getting paid for it, you know? I mean, that's what a lot of these faceless YouTubers think anyway. And it also is going to encourage people to put a little bit of effort into what they make. Like, go into animation. Something that actually, you know, requires effort. You don't need to AI slop it. Make animations yourself. But the account that I've been told to have a look at today is really odd and unsettling and unnerving. And trigger warning, as this... We're going to talk about child things, so keep that in mind before we go into this topic. But at first, with this account, I genuinely had no idea what was wrong with it, and I still am on the fence about it, but I'm more leaning towards that there is definitely something sinister going on here. So right off the bat, this account is known as Kid Power HQ. Now, I believe that their TikTok account has already been removed at the time of filming this, but they still have an Instagram and a YouTube account where they upload shorts. Now, at first, the videos seem relatively fine. They just seem like your average slop content, but the videos seem to follow like a theme. And the theme is, what if kids ran blank? So like an airport, a zoo, a school, that kind of thing.
If kids ran the airport, the boarding passes would be chocolate bars. Security checks? Just walk through a unicorn that sneezes sparkles. Every plane serves unlimited pizza. Even the pilot eats with you. Flight delays come with trampoline zones and cotton candy clouds. And your suitcase? A talking backpack that tells jokes.
Now, of course, upon watching the video I just showed you, if you're like me, I also didn't see anything wrong with it either. I was really kind of confused about why I'd been told to watch this account. But the person who sent me this account, the original Instagrammer that contacted me, also sent me a list of code words and code names that people allegedly use to talk about children. So yeah, lots of these videos mention the word pizza. Now, yeah, okay, this could be completely innocent, as children do enjoy pizza. You know, that's fine. And I think this could genuinely just be something that people saw, and at this point I was convinced that people were just taking this massively out of context. I was like, people are just looking for a problem, you know? So upon finding this, I watched a couple more of their videos, you know, to kind of get a gist as what we were working for here, because surely there is a reason why their TikTok account has been banned, right? So I also came across this video as well, and as you can see here, there are lots of mentionings of pizza and ice cream, and these are code words to what I linked to before, but again, could be a coincidence. Kids like ice cream, kids like pizza. Is it really that deep? I don't know. At this point, I still wasn't convinced.
Kids ruled the cafeteria. You wouldn't see boring lunch trays anymore. You'd get a food court with a pizza roller coaster and ice cream waterfalls. Healthy food? Sure, if you count rainbow carrots that sparkle and dance. And instead of lunch ladies, we've got chefs wearing capes and roller skates.
Interestingly, the Kids Power HQ also has 8 following in their following list, and really interestingly, Donald Trump, USA, and the USA armies are the ones that he is following, which I don't know why, but this leads me to believe that this account is not made by someone who's an English speaker. I don't know why, but you know when you just think that's, no American's going to be following all of those, right? Like that, I don't know. I just have a feeling. But they also follow a child star named Tylen Biggs, which that screamed a red flag to me. Any of these accounts that follow children is a red flag to me. After going on the account's followers as well, lots of the accounts were either like burner accounts where they have no post, random username and a select amount of followers, or they were grown men or grown women, which leads me to believe that they've given their child their phone and the kids have found it, accidentally clicked, you know, I'm just trying to see both sides of the tale, you know. I don't want to jump to one extreme when it could be explained, you know, right? But allegedly, this whole debacle started on TikTok when someone clicked a Telegram link that was in the bio of this account, okay? Now, obviously, the account's gone. I cannot find any sort of proof of this, but I have seen lots of people talking about it online and sharing screenshots, and this Telegram link allegedly took people to child. Again, I don't know what kind or what came up. All they say is that this link from Telegram took them to CP. And I'm assuming this is why the account is gone from TikTok, as well as people that have probably mass reported it, rightfully so. But Kid Power has posted 2 statements to their YouTube account claiming that they have done nothing wrong. Here you go, I'll flash those up now. Now, whilst I was researching this video, I did try and find the Kid Power HQ TikTok account, but obviously it was gone by that point. But I did find a TikTok account that is called Exposing Kid Power HQ. Now, again, I feel like it's important to say you have to take everything that I'm saying with a pinch of salt, as this is TikTok, it's people online, anything can be faked and anything can be, you know, exaggerated. But I am just telling you what I have found online. You yourself can come to your own conclusion. You are big enough to do that. But as you can see, this user allegedly got in contact with the people running this Telegram HQ Kids Power, whatever the fuck you want to call it, account, and this was the response. TB is referring to terabytes, and the money, yeah, you already know where this is going. Now, if this is real, this evidence is extremely damning, as they also go as far as to include, like, the real screenshot at the end to show that this is their legit account. Now, upon reading the comments on YouTube Shorts and on Instagram, lots of people are aware of this and what's been going on, as this isn't new. I think this has been happening for about a week, but it was only brought to my attention recently. Lots of people in the comments were also saying more code words, such as unicorn and sprinkles, which is also allegedly code words that use. Now, I also didn't know what Telegram was, but Telegram is primarily used for messaging and online chat, one-on-one and in groups, and it facilitates file sharing as well, voice and audio calls, and public live streams. Now, the Kids HQ YouTube channel on the description was created back in June of 2025, but what stuck out to me, what I found really interesting about this, is the fact that they used a pizza emoji when describing ice cream. That's a little bit of a bit of a weird coincidence, you know? It could just be a coincidence, but it's a weird one, you know? But there is a video that I think was the one that cemented it for lots of people, and the video is called What If Children Designed the Internet? And as you can see, someone had searched this phrase on an animated computer.
If kids designed the internet, the search engine would only show pizza. The only password allowed, emojis and high fives. Pop-up ads don't annoy you. They dance and give you candy. YouTube has a nap mode where your favorite characters read bedtime stories. And buffering doesn't exist. It just shows a mini cartoon game.
Yeah, that set off a lot of warning bells, and I think that is probably where this theory began to gain traction, because that's... You're not helping yourself here. You're not helping yourself. Now, this is concerning for many different reasons. Now, I cannot understand why this is occurring on Instagram. For example, these videos are aimed at children, not at adults, and it's very unlikely that the children are going to click the Telegram link in the bio. So I don't understand why this is being done on Instagram and being shilled to children, and it's being a cover for CP. It just feels a little bit bait, I guess. It just feels a little bit, I don't want to say disingenuine, but it just feels a little bit odd. It feels a little bit weird. I don't understand why this is happening. I genuinely don't know what the thought process behind this is, but the Instagram account is gone. That is fact. And why this is happening on YouTube and Instagram, almost hiding it in plain sight, again, I have no answer for, and I couldn't find much information about it. I tried searching, I tried clicking comments, I tried reading them, but on YouTube Shorts, Kids Power HQ has actually turned off all of their comments, but the videos are still very much up as of filming this video. I just feel like if this was something truly sinister, which I'm absolutely not denying that it isn't, by the way, I think it's entirely possible, this would be happening somewhere a little bit more private and maybe not under people's noses, I guess, but, you know, the worst things often do hide in plain sight. Now, also, while doing my research, I came across another account which was called USA Kids. However, that one is completely wiped right now. And again, I feel like if it wasn't for the Telegram link in the bio and other people, other followers of these accounts having the link in their bio, this would be something that could very easily be shut down and ignored and, you know, gone under the radar for most of the internet and most of the users. I mean, all of the code words could have been a genuine coincidence, but of course, I'm not so sure now, and I don't think a lot of the internet is. I also had to download Twitter for this, guys. I'm never installing it again. I love you guys, but I'm never installing Twitter again. But lots of people on Twitter, especially the user named, and I quote, Redemption Jizzy, claims that the creator of Kids Power HQ is currently being investigated by the FBI. I don't know if that's true. I'm going to take that with a pinch of salt, as I saw no proof and no police record. It just kind of what they said. So that's apparently a thing. And I've seen that floating around in comments as well, which could be true. But I don't know. I don't have a definite answer for that, so I take that with a pinch of salt. Of course, children across the internet will probably think absolutely nothing of these slop videos, because to children, they are completely innocent. No children is looking at cheese pizza in a gross way. I mean, actual cheese pizza, or ice cream for that matter. They probably won't understand what's being referenced, and part of me thinks that's for the best. But I mean, unless this is a ploy to recruit children or to blackmail children that interact with these videos, I don't know. I genuinely don't know. So what remains now is, what can we do to prevent this from happening? Well, first of all, if you do think about going on these accounts, do not engage, do not watch, do not do anything with this account other than block it. If you're not planning to block it, then don't go and visit it, because you visiting it, watching the videos, engaging with it, you are pushing these videos into the algorithm, making them more easily accessible and more likely to be found. If you're going to the account, block it and move on with your day. Report it and block it. Do not follow, do not comment, Do not interact any way, shape or form. I know by me making this video I'm kind of shooting myself in the foot and contradicting myself, because I did unfortunately have to interact with these videos to, you know, see what the crack was, but I'm taking one for the team here. That account is now blocked and reported, and I suggest you all go ahead and do the same. Now, this is something that has been a problem for a while with these AI content farms. You know, a lot of them do feel sinister, and maybe that's just because of the fakery, and it just feels disingenuous that these videos are being pumped out, but I haven't come across one that's as dark as this. Again, I apologise that I haven't really been able to give much information about this, as this is pretty much all the information I have. I researched this for hours and I couldn't find much, but if you want to go and have a little investigate yourself, just be careful and block and report anything that you come across. But if there is any more updates to this story, I will be sure to let you guys know, I guess. But in the meantime, thank you so much for watching this video. If you have any other weird requests or things that you've come across that you would like me to talk about, please let me know over on Instagram, because that is where I am more likely to answer comments and questions and DMs at the minute, because my TikTok comments are blowing up at the moment and it's getting a little bit overwhelming. But yeah, once again, thank you so much for watching. Please consider subscribing and following me on Instagram as you get updates and an insight into my daily life and my upload schedule and all that good stuff. But if you don't want to do that, that's also fine. But until the next video, stay safe.